success. What is success for you?
Difficult because what it means to be successful is... So I'm David Bachinger. I'm from Austria, from Linz. So I'm building a cold calling software. It should help entrepreneurs who make cold calls.
What's your story? How did you grow up and why did you decide to build your own business?
Well, it all started when I was 15, in your age. I want to know so bad how to make money online because my parents getting older. I don't want to lose in life, I don't want to do a 9 to 5. I want to work for myself. I want to be my own boss.
You mentioned like feeling alone and like losing your older friend group, and I can really relate to that. I started at like 12 and 13. At that time, like no one thinks about business and like no one actually wants to do something with their lives. I was thinking about money, I was thinking about my business, and I was thinking about how I could scale it even more. I liked it so much that I didn't want to do anything else. They think that being an entrepreneur means that you will travel like 24/7, when in reality you are going to work like this like all day, not from 9 to 5 but from like 9 to 8. What tips do you have for people who are just starting out?
I would say it's better to buy a SaaS mentorship to go through the whole process like I do. And I would say...
So what's up, guys, and welcome to another interview of mine. Today we have David here from Brandsy. He's a pretty exclusive client of mine, and I'm going to ask a few questions from him because we decided to do this exclusive podcast here. And let's get started. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about what you do and how you make money and like those things?
So I'm David Bachinger. I'm from Austria, from Linz especially. I'm in an apprenticeship as an insurance clerkman. I build softwares. Well, I try to build softwares because
Yeah.
I don't can the skill. But I'm trying to learn the skill how to build software with a no-code tool called Bubble.io.
Yeah.
It's a completely no-code tool, so you don't have to do any of coding, like any line of code.
Yeah.
And for example, you could build Salesforce. Do you know Salesforce?
Says force.
It's like a CRM system. Or
Um,
HubSpot?
I'm not really sure. No.
Okay, but Airbnb, for example,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
For example, you can build Airbnb there
Wow.
only with a no-code tool or Salesforce or other CRM system. And yes, so I'm trying to make money from there. I mean, honestly, I'm not making any money yet, but I will make money from there, I think in April maybe. And yes.
Well, I think that you definitely will make a lot of money from that. And I already know a few details about your own software, but the viewers here don't know anything. Could you tell them a little bit more about what that does and about how it helps like the customers?
Mhm. So I'm building a cold calling software. It
Yeah.
should help entrepreneurs who make cold callings. We know everybody who makes cold calls is really annoying to all write the things on paper, the leads, the telephone numbers, emails, and most of them use also CRM system, but the CRM system are too big for when the entrepreneurs only want to make cold calls.
Yeah.
So I'm building a software where is only focused on cold calls, and it's also with AI. So AI will help them also to give them feedback on their calls, on the recording calls, and it should really completely only focused on cold calls, nothing else, not follow-up appointments, not closing appointments, or anything of that, because it should not be too
Right.
big. And
Personally, I don't do like cold calls for my agency because I get all my leads from my brand. but I have a client too who does that, and he makes like over 20K just from calls. And does it record the call too and give feedback about it?
Yes,
Wow, like
yes.
what's it called? Like there is another like software that records like Zoom and like Google Meet meetings. And I didn't start using it yet, but a lot of people who I talk with, they do, and they say that it's really helpful. And I think that if yours will be able to do something like that, but for like cold calls, that's going to be awesome.
I think you mean close.io, right? Because they have it.
I think it has a different name, but
Okay.
something like that, yeah.
Okay, because this CRM system has also like similar things to this.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched their introduce video and I inspired some of the ideas into my software. So
Cool.
yeah.
Great. And what's your story? Like how did you grow up, and why did you decide to build your own business instead of like having a job or like doing like the general stuff?
Well, it all started when I was 15 in your age.
Yeah.
I want to know so bad how to make money online, you know. So I was buying some courses, you know, affiliate marketing courses, but they were all like coaching gurus, and I was after that I was really sad, and my mental was not so good after that because I really want to know how to make money online, but I didn't learn anything,
Yeah.
but I learned experience, and I think that's important too. So the next 2 years, I was nothing about into online money or anything else. And then when I watched a video from, I don't know if you know them, but do you know Future 1%? Maybe not, but
Is it like a team page maybe?
it's a network community, paid
Oh,
community.
I don't know them yet.
Okay, it's a German. The owner are Jakob and Max. They are now in Croatia,
Yeah.
and I've watched a lot of videos from them, and I felt inspired because I really want to make money online because my parents getting older. They were both last
Yeah.
year in the hospital, and it was really a little bit hard because my dad had a heart
Oh, yeah.
operation, and yeah, the thing is, I don't want to lose in life, you know. I don't want to do a 9 to 5 like for 50 years and then have freedom. I want to work for myself. I want to be my own boss. I want to, like you, I want to fly here in this country or there, or want to travel, you know,
Do fun
experience.
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. Like, I feel like a lot of business owners misunderstand this because they think that being an entrepreneur means that you will travel like 24/7, when in reality, you are going to work like this like all day, not from 9 to 5, but from like 9 to 8.
Yeah,
And but the difference is that you enjoy that, and it feels better because you are building something,
true,
and then you can enjoy the fruits of your labor.
true.
And
You go through the pain
absolutely, yeah,
to be successful, and that is what I want to, you know. I want to be too comfortable what right now, you know. So
exactly.
yeah.
And I feel like a lot of viewers can relate to your story, and to why you want to become successful and like make money to have more freedom. And do you want to use your software for that, or what would be like the machine that's going to get you there?
I think it will be software because, as you know, in the English speak room, like in USA, Australia, UK, you know that SaaS is getting more and more popular. It's getting more and more like drop shipping back then in 2020.
Saturated, yeah.
Yes. And in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, it's nothing about SaaS. I completely researched SaaS in Germany about explanation videos, but nothing, almost nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I found
Wow.
almost nothing. So I would be one of the first, and one of my mentor who teach me about SaaS with the no code tool. He's also convinced as me, like me, that SaaS will be also this or next year will be also completely popular as dropshipping back in
Absolutely.
2020. So I think it will be software, and then after that maybe stocks and yeah.
So you want to take over like the German and like the European market about SaaS and like code calling?
Yes.
That's going to be cool.
Yes.
Like absolutely. And once you did that, will you go into like the US markets, or what's your like game plan?
Well, why not? I would say why not? Why not in the US market? Because USA is a big country
Yeah.
and the market is also big. And do you know, for example, do you know Mateschitz, Dietrich Mateschitz, the owner of Red Bull?
Um, no, no.
Well, he died at 70, but he was so intelligent in marketing. He saw the marketing place in USA that is really big for Red Bull, and then he made it in USA, Red Bull, and then it was completely high up.
Yeah,
So
like it skyrocketed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you about like success. Like, how would you describe success as an 18-year-old business owner? Like, what is success for you?
Oof, difficult because I'm not sure about that because I'm not successful yet. But I think what it means to be successful is you have to be consistency.
Yeah.
You have to do it every day, every hour, every minute to work on your business. Also, when you don't want to do that, you have to do it. I would say that's the key to success, even if I'm not successful yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's my point of view. And like you, because you worked also every day,
Yeah.
every hour, every time, and now you're a successful uh, agency owner who made 5 figures per month. So I would say it's consistency. And when I'm successful, I can give you a clear answer.
And is there a number that you consider as successful? Like, for example, being fit, or like working out, or getting closer to God, or like making over 10K a month? Like, is there a number that you define as successful?
Mm, I would not. I think no. I think there's no number. Um, I would say, oh, difficult question, but I would say you can win in battles, but you can win in lives. It. I mean, for example, when you have a lot of money, for example, but
Yeah,
no wife, you know.
that sucks.
Yeah, for example, and but
What are these like key parts and like sections that you think is important? For example, your religion, or like God, fitness, your health, freedom, business, money. What are these key factors that one needs to focus on in order to feel like he's successful?
oh, okay. Well, when you have God, you have everything. I think
Yeah,
that's successful. When you have God, you have everything because God wants God want you to work harder. He gave you the opportunity to work harder and harder every day, and I think that's the definition of success. I
So if you use the opportunities that you
yes,
get and you don't waste them.
yes.
Absolutely.
If you don't sleep every day on the couch and do nothing and only eat junk food, and so I think when God give you the opportunities to work harder on yourself, and I'm not even talking about money. I mean talking about working out, uh, help other people, help your parents in the house, or do this good stuff. I think that's also the definition of success. So when you have God, you have also everything.
Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of people misunderstand God, and this is just my personal opinion. But I think that God doesn't work in a way where you ask for something, for example, that you want to make like 10K a month, and then a few months later that just happens. Like, no,
Yeah,
you can ask for that, and then God is going to give you the actual opportunity, but you have to put in the work,
yes,
and you have to like take action,
yes.
because if you don't do that and if you don't take the steps that you need to take, then yes, you ask for it, but why do you expect to get it?
I agree with you. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you. So I don't have nothing to say, but I
Cool.
completely agree.
Cool. And you are just starting out with like SaaS and like that stuff. But so far, with your experience, what tips do you have for people who are just starting out and they didn't even like actually start their first software? Like they are just interested.
Well, I would say ChatGPT is like your friend. You
Yeah.
can really ask ChatGPT everything about building a software with a no-code tool. ChatGPT can also give you an um like a
Plan
plan, yes, like
or like
a
system.
plan how to click on this or how to write this and how to do this on in Bubble.
Yeah.
And I would say when you want to get further information, YouTube is also good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's difficult because when you, for example, you are German or Austrian and you want have something in German, it's difficult because and it's almost no one does this. Only in USA, Australia, or UK. But yes, I would also say you have to be good in English. You have really be good in English
Yeah.
because the no-code tool Bubble only works in English and not in German.
Oh.
Yes, so it's because you have to your thoughts have to be in English
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and not in German. So it could be a little bit difficult, but yeah, that would be my tips for beginners because I'm also a beginner yet. And yeah, YouTube, ChatGPT, and English.
Yeah, like most of the viewers here are from the US and maybe from the UK, so they don't really understand like the like I wouldn't say issue, but like the feeling when you're not a native English speaker and your thoughts finally go from like your native language
Yeah,
to English, and that is when you get to a level where you can speak more clearly and you can feel like you can say anything uh, in for example English. And you mentioned that you can use ChatGPT for almost anything.
yeah.
Do you think that it's worth to buy like a SaaS course or like any type of course, or is ChatGPT even better than that?
I would say SaaS course is better. I would say because the guy who, for example, who sells a course where I bought
Yeah,
from him, he explained to me how to build Salesforce and how to build these systems because the one issue in SaaS is you have to think, okay, how can I build this software? Because not every software is the same. Because every software works on its own, even if it's with no built with no code, you know.
yeah,
And I would say it's better to buy an SaaS mentorship to go through the whole process like I do. And I would say, well, SaaS course also, but it's not not much information like a mentorship because I
Yeah,
think in this case you need a mentor who go with you the whole process of to learn the skill of building software with only a no code tool because coding is also complicated and needs 2 years to be learned, you know.
yeah.
And there are some guys who made a no-code tool who you don't have to learn in 2 years, but you can learn it in, I would say, in 6 up to 7 months. The no-code, only with
That's pretty
no-code.
good.
Yeah, so I would prefer a SaaS mentorship,
Yeah.
but you have also to be careful who you trust, you know, because everyone on YouTube wants also to sell you something. And yes,
Yeah, like everyone wants to take your money, but you need to pay attention if they can actually help you. When you look for a mentorship, that would be a good choice. Is there like a question that you ask someone to actually see if he got there himself, or is there something like that? Or is it just like a feeling in the back of your head, and you feel like you can trust him?
I would say when he can prove of his work that he learned the skill and made tons of money from that,
Yeah.
then I would say I would trust him as like my mentor because my mentor are the two are also from Germany. I think they are now in Spain. They do also SaaS, and they showed me a proof that they are make 5 figures per month with that. And yes, I would say when they can show proof how they did began and where they are now,
Yeah.
I would completely trust them.
Got you. I'm going to change topics here. A
Yes.
like almost completely. Do you think that girls are a distraction when it comes to building a business and
Yeah.
like becoming successful?
Yes.
Why?
Because when you see a girl who is beautiful, you don't think about your business anymore. You think, okay, how I'm gonna get this girl? What should I ask her? What
Yeah.
should I buy her, or what should I ask her for a date? You don't ask anything for your future now. You ask only for
Yeah, true.
about the girl.
And what if what if the girl supports you and tries to help you with your business and to somehow motivate you even more to work harder and become more successful so you can spend more time with her?
That's the best. That's the best thing that can ever happen to you. I mean, because I think you notice when you start a business and you go more and more deep into it,
Yeah.
you get away from your old friend group, you know.
Yeah.
And it can happen that you get a little bit like alone. I mean, when you have God, you can't be alone, but I think you know what I mean. And
Exactly.
then when you have a girlfriend who supports you, who believes in you, and then you have God, I think that's the best thing that can happen to you.
Best combo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best combo.
Like you mentioned like feeling alone and like losing your older friend group, and I can really relate to that because I started at like 12 and 13, and at that time like no one thinks about business and like no one actually wants to do something with their lives. And I'm not saying that you should do this, and not at all, because yes, I still spent time with my friends, and yes, I still did all of this like childhood stuff, but I was thinking about money, I was thinking about my business, and I was thinking about how I could scale it even more. And I think that's what helped me even more because I was obsessed with that. Like I liked it so much that I didn't want to do anything else, and I enjoyed it. But still, my friends didn't understand that. They couldn't relate with that, and because of that, I was in this like lonely phase for like 2 years, and now it's not lonely at all because I have like a lot of friends and a lot of people who I can call if I have a problem, and they understand me, like they know how I feel because they are at a higher part now, and they can relate to my issues too.
That's good when they when they influence you positive. Then I would say be friends with them. So
Yeah. How do you think someone can get a friend group like that and to build his network?
I think through social media,
Yeah.
because for example, my old friend group, they I want to talk bad about them, but as you said, they didn't thought about making money online. They only thought about some silly stuff, like
Yeah.
brain dead jokes and like yeah, we always used to hang out in on McDonald's
Yeah.
or Burger King,
Yeah.
and I was like, so why, why we don't um read some books who can help us with our mindset or making money online, or so then I realized when I go more and more with them out, and when I be more and more with them, I will not be successful in the future. I don't say that my old friend group is the reason, but I would say because it depends with what people you are around. you know
Yeah.
we all know that when you chill with four millionaires, you will be the fifth one. If
Absolutely.
you chill with four junkies, you will be the fifth one.
Yeah.
And so um
So you think that you need to be careful with who you surround
yeah,
yourself with,
yeah,
and it's worth like putting the effort and to be in this lonely phase in order to have that like connections.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. And one more thing that I want to mention here is that I used to have a lot of haters. Like back when I was 14, yes, my videos were cringe, and yes, I can see that now. But I had like 50 haters, and I had like several thousands of like viewers. So like the rate of that was like pretty good, but still, uh, everyone in my hometown like hated on me. And now it's funny because I get messages from the same people to like help them and to give them like suggestions, and uh, and I look at them and like, are you serious? Like you hated on me. Like you said that this is not going to work out. Like now I'm here doing podcasts with my clients, making over 10K a month, and now you want my advice? Like fuck off, bro.
You
like I don't hate them kinda, but I'm in peace.
Yeah,
Like I have a peace of mind and I don't care about the haters anymore because you will always have haters and you just need to like be okay with that. Like you can't
true,
care about any,
true.
like you can't care about everyone's opinions about you.
You will never meet a hater who is better than you.
Yeah, I think Alex Hormozy said that.
Really?
uh, I'm not sure, but I think so. Maybe someone else, but I definitely heard that in one of his videos.
Yeah, it could be possible because I only heard this on social
Yeah.
media. So, but I like this quote. You will never meet a hater who is better than you, because I can relate what you're saying. I have also like people from my old class who laughed at me when I was doing the videos, TikTok videos,
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, my TikTok videos were first cringe, and but now I'm working with you, so I'm feel safer, you know, even if I find myself cringe when I post or when we post
Yeah,
the videos, but it will be better and better. So as I said at the beginning, you have to go through the process, through the pain. You have to accept the pain and embrace the pain.
absolutely. So, you mentioned like that you are working with us now, and I want to go more into that route. We only started working together like almost a week ago. And how was your experience so far? Like we got started, and only a week later, we are in a podcast studio in Germany, recording videos. When this wasn't even included in the offer, this was just a bonus
Yeah.
that I like thought about and said like, why not do this? So, what's your experience so far?
Well, I think it's a little bit too early,
Yeah.
but I've I've told you I've watched your videos like 1.5 years ago, and you were really inspiring me. So and then the first week were, I would say, good. I would say it was really professional because as you sent me the Notion sheet, the Google Drive link,
Yeah.
the introduce video, editor, like a German, I think German editor,
Yeah.
right? German script. So I think in the first week it's always the organization, you know, and but I would say the organization is really professional. So you made it really professional with your team.
Thank you.
You have also a team who do the
Management.
management.
Yeah.
Yes, they were also professional, like Jaden. You know.
Uh, JDiv, Banus,
Yes,
Pango. Yeah.
yes. I was a little bit texting with Jaden. He's from Australia, I think, right?
JDiv is from the UK.
Oh, from the UK. Okay, okay. But were really friendly to me. So
Yeah.
it's you look really professional with your team. Even if you're 15, most of the 15 years old are want to go so bad to go to partying. You want to do money.
Well, well, I enjoy the parties as well, but I work hard besides that.
Yeah,
Like I feel like if you don't work on anything and if you only go to the parties, then you will feel
yeah.
bad in the long term.
You
Like you
do something
can't,
for the future.
yeah, like you can't enjoy that because you don't feel proud of yourself when you didn't do anything and you are like partying because there is nothing to party about.
Yeah, true. I completely agree.
And are you into fitness?
Yes, first I was working out 2 years in the gym, but now I decided to do martial arts and calisthenics.
Yeah. Which like art did you decide to
Ah,
do?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
Oh,
or well, normal Jiu-Jitsu, but it's like more Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling.
yeah.
Yeah, and but it's a wrestling for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, yeah. So it's like a mix.
Yes, it's almost similar to normal wrestling, but the wrestling it's only for takedowns because in jiu-jitsu you don't have really takedowns, but in wrestling you have takedowns. So it's
Yeah. So it's
like
like jujitsu with takedowns.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean we do only jiu-jitsu, and then for example on Tuesday we do only wrestling for
Oh, yeah.
jiu-jitsu, and I do also besides that boxing a little bit on
Cool.
the box sack, and but I want to do when I'm more
Older.
professional
Yeah.
on jiu-jitsu. I want to do sambo. Do you know sambo?
Yeah.
And maybe judo because I want to focus more on MMA.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you want to become like a professional MMA fighter?
No, but I want to have my first amateur fight.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And when did you start with like when did you start with like jujitsu and like these things?
I started, I think, at July. No, September. Yes, September.
Yeah.
And but then I was had a pain. How do you say it?
Like shoulder pain.
Yeah, shoulder pain from there, like 1 month, and so I couldn't train.
Oh, that's
Unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but then I got
Back into
back,
it.
and yeah.
Do you think it helps with your confidence?
Yes, completely. So when I do martial arts, I feel more safer and more comfortable, more confidence when I go, for example, through the streets or um through through the city,
Yeah.
and it makes me feel safer.
I've been doing boxing for like almost 2 years, and I learned like kicks and like a little bit of wrestling too. So I'm really into that, and I love that a lot. Um, and why did you decide to like be a fighter? Like, is there like a story about that?
Hmm. Well, when I was in the high school or in the primary school, I couldn't do any of self defense. I mean, I wasn't getting beating up or
Yeah,
something like that, but and I was also not getting bullied,
yeah,
but I was always the lonely guy, like the wolf, like a wolf.
yeah,
And so the thing is, there were also people who were stronger than me, and who were also always one against me, and I hated it. I
yeah.
want to getting stronger. I want to be more confident when I speak with people or they are not nice to me. And I mean, I don't do martial arts to hurt people.
Absolutely.
The thing is, I do jiu-jitsu because um I can better do better self-defense when somebody want to hurt me. I can